Okay. Well, welcome to another. What?
Oh man, you're just throwing questions at me, and I just do not have the answers for you. 20, it's 20 something, Palmer. We're in the right area. 27, 28.
He said, "No, yeah, it is 20." Okay, all right, everything's fine. Look at us off to a great start.
Also, yeah, HTML5. Look at that. That's like today. I was watching earlier, and I didn't see all those shit. So, might have been last night. I don't know. Look at that lovely new layout, Palmer. Just look at it.
Yeah. So the since the format has kind of changed, him now.
Which by the
has worn new layout.
which is probably going right back to the old layout, by the way, like sooner than I thought.
Oh, is he coming back?
Probably.
Oh, I mean, did he stop doing his class?
I don't know. His interest is waning, Palmer. It's waning hard. Which honestly, when Jose puts his mind to something and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking do this," he usually does it. So it's just extra hilarious for me, and for the world to enjoy.
But yeah, we changed the font. We kept the make it too. Kind of made it. Yeah, hopefully the text is.
I think it was one guy on a couple different occasions.
Oh, was it the same guy?
I think so.
We have repeat viewers. Oh my god.
We have a couple. I haven't seen them in a while, but yeah, they exist. Someone watches our YouTube video. Someone watches our YouTube videos like at least once or twice a week. So anything's possible, Palmer. The world is our oyster.
We're moving on up in the world.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I mean, like the other thing.
You mentioned that at some point.
Yeah, at the end. Get it so we can have somewhere to post our podcast. To fucking
we have that. We just need to do that, so it works out really well. So we already have that shit in place.
Hopefully, light that you got. Yeah, so this is, I guess, this is trying to just professionally presented thing, I guess.
Get the fuck out.
I don't know. Yeah, onto the.
Vermintide, I guess, because we haven't actually cast it in a while, so that hasn't been brought up a whole lot lately. Yeah, the beta's starting to roll out for it. Pre-orders are up on Steam. It finally has a solid release date. This was supposed to come out in September, and fucking the developers pulled a Star Citizen, didn't say anything until like the last possible second. We're like, oh yeah, we're delaying this. And it kind of sat in that for a little bit, in that funk. But then a couple weeks later, you have a release date. It's on Steam. You can pre-order it. It's actually at a reasonable price point, which is a rarity for a 40K game, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's smart because it's one of those things you're gonna want your friends to pick up, or you're gonna want to pick up for your friends. It's pretty much Killing Floor in Warhammer with rat people. So. I think Killing Floor is at a $30 price point. It might be 40, 30. I don't know. Point is, if you're going to have co-op multiplayer games that you're going to be grinding at for fucking hours on end, you want them at a somewhat reasonable price point just so you can hand them out to people. But
yeah, I think Killing Floor.
29. But yeah, it looks really cool. I'm really looking forward to playing it. If you pre-order it, you get access to a beta period, but it's literally the week before the game comes out. So I don't know how big of a...
Have you watched...
Yeah, many.
There's like variation in the rat design. Like a lot of the screenshots that I've seen and stuff. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty familiar with Skaven just because I'm very familiar with Warhammer, and I'm like not every time, but like as these videos have been cropping up, I'll pop over and I'll be like, oh, that fucking unit from that regiment. Like, okay, now I get, I see where it's going.
How can you tell?
It's just, I mean, obviously the ogres are. Yeah, I was about to say there's obvious differences, like with the size, where the rat ogres are fucking huge and they're basically tanks from Left 4 Dead. But no, there's it's very subtle things like the weapon loadouts they kind of ran at you with. Obviously, if you don't really know a whole lot of Warhammer, it's like, well, he's got little knives and he's got big knives. But if you actually read the books and shit like that, you can actually get a feel of like what era. This is set in the end times, which is when they destroyed the war to Lorehammer and kind of did a reboot of everything, and it's all awful now. But this isn't that isn't what the game said. It's leading up to that bullshit. But anyway, it's just you have to keep in mind Warhammer's been around for like 30 years now. They've been pumping. They're at this rate they're pumping out new novels like almost on a monthly basis, like multiple. So it's just with the universe this vast and this much lore going back this many fucking years, it's really cool just to pop on Twitch and watch some dumbass streamer play this video game for 3 seconds and kind of see something that I read about like a decade ago in some obscure novel or bullshit website or something. I'm delving way too fucking deep here. Basically, just as a Warhammer fan, yes, I can spot differences, and yes, they all don't look exactly the same. There are little variations and little things to appease assholes like me that know all this shit. That was a long-winded thing about nothing, Palmer. Hello? Yes, you're here now.
Do you know how many maps it's?
I don't. So I'm thinking. I thought. I don't know. So if I had to pull a number out of my ass, I'd say somewhere between 4 and 6. It's not like Killing Floor. I mean, it is like Killing Floor, but it's not like Killing Floor in the sense where it's just waves of people coming at you. It's more like Left 4 Dead, where there's little side objectives you have to do to progress through the map, and there's different ways you can go about it. They've talked about the option of like stealthing as opposed to just running and fighting at people. But it's a melee combat game you're going to be fighting, but you can be a little bit more stealthy and maybe some espionage aspect to it. But I don't know. The beta only has one map right now.
All right.
I think they're going to do more like once it gets closer to release and they start doing like the pre-order betas and shit like that. But right now it's just kind of they're ironing out the core gameplay and server issues and shit like that.
So I have the burn.
What's that?
Their level exist.
Yeah, I mean, like when you do objectives or like you have to blow up a door to get to the next area, like you blow up the door and the ratmen come flooding through. So I guess yes, it does have levolution, Palmer. The most bullshit term ever invented ever. Fuck, that is not a thing. We can't acknowledge that as a thing. I just hate that so much, Palmer. It's the worst.
Anything else you want to talk about? Sides.
No. I really want to play it. I will rattle my fucking tits off when it comes out and I can play it a little bit, but
well, until that point, we're gonna talk a couple. Tim, did you ever play WildStar? Did you ever give that game a shot?
No. I did get a month access for it from Humble Bundle a few months ago from some promotion they were doing, and at this point they knew WildStar was going to be free to play. But apparently the developers came out and said, yeah, your Humble Bundle keys aren't giving you premium status, because apparently if you actually had the game when it was a paid subscription, you had leading up to it, or like for some certain point, then you would actually get like premium status in the free to play version.
Oh, nice.
Premium version. But yeah, I didn't get that, so I promptly stopped giving a shit.
Well, it is
correct, sir. Nightmare of a launch day, by the way.
Really? Why? Server problems?
Yeah. It's.
Were there actually a lot of people that said fuck it?
Yeah, Colin, Timmy, and Isaac, or Colin and Timmy were really trying to get into it for like 3 hours, and they just couldn't. And Isaac mentioned when he hopped on, like he couldn't get on that morning or whatever. Apparently, after like the first 12, 24 hours, whatever, after launch, it was fine. But just the first, initial, which is almost to be expected.
Yeah, to be expected.
Yeah, like it happens to every game that transitions to free to play, pretty much.
Well, it'd just be
a lot.
Because it was like pretty much a dead game for me.
Yes, very much so. I mean, it came out a year and a half, 2 years. Or was it just a year ago? It came out a while ago in terms of MMO. It was 2 years ago? Okay. Then it came out like a really long time ago in terms of MMOs, so.
I guess. Yeah, look at games like what? Approaching.
Yeah. We also have to keep in mind, the developers put out that it was going free to play like months ago. I think back in the spring almost.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
That's probably why there's just been no one playing it lately.
Yeah, it's got an interest in.
Stable now. I can confirm that.
Apparently, it's stable now. Rave review.
I'm pretty sure neither of us give a shit, Palmer.
Oh man! All right.
In the slightest.
So, Star Wars Battlefield.
Battle. Yes. I went to correct you, and you already did it. Well played. You have bested me, sir.
Battlefront. It's gonna be out on beta. It's an open beta. PC. Oh, so. Yeah. Anybody? Give everybody modes that apparently. Yeah, apparently they're gonna off. I don't know. Looks interesting. I mean, I was all pissed. I was with you, Tim, on the fact that there was. I've been seeing. Air combat looks. Fly X-wings.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically a Battlefield game, but Battlefield games are fun. Like, that's just the way they are.
Yeah, so I'm really
when they work.
interested.
That is.
Yeah, I just want to pilot next wing.
I just want them. If they call this game Star Wars Battlefield, I'll actually play it. That's all I want them to do. Just change the name.
Are you gonna download the video?
I don't know. Maybe like if you and a bunch of other people download it, I'm probably will. It took me like a week to download Tom Clancy beta, but I mean, yeah, I probably
get Jose to fuck.
Yeah, but then it'll have a tutorial. I just fucked up my headphones. Then it'll have a tutorial, and he'll want to quit out and fucking ruin everyone's happy times.
And he won't be able to run the game. No,
he does need to upgrade, Palmer. We both know this. His computer is shit.
Anyways, October 8th. Sam 4 screenwriter. They're gonna be
kind of
the Sam game. Apparently, Serious Sam needs story. I mean,
there was actually, I remember some Serious Sam content was thrown into that game, like as a free update, a couple months after it came out. So there's probably some sort of connection between the developer and them already established, leading up to this news.
Yeah.
Words, Palmer.
Interesting. I just like, what are they gonna do? Like, I've always kind of viewed Serious Sam in like the same vein as Duke Duke. Like, you know,
yeah.
The game really takes a backseat on this.
It's pretty much the same game too. Like, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What's gonna happen next?
Seriously, it's more the artwork than the writing.
Gonna take over. We're just gonna get fucking some like really meaningful. Could only hope. Could you imagine The Last of Us?
No one should.
That's a little tidbit.
It's pretty hilarious.
That frame.
I can ramble off about some bullshit.
Yeah, dude, go for it.
A lot of 40k stuff, actually. I'm just now noticing there's a lot of 40k stuff. Dark Nexus Arena, which is the 40k MOBA, is coming out, or at least I thought it was a MOBA. They're still they're calling it a MOBA, but really it's more of a deathmatch type game than a traditional MOBA.
Well,
and traditional,
that like term MOBA.
It's like a
It really could mean.
Yeah, it's basically just turning into mod, but an actual game release. That's what the phrase is, kind of, sort of. Anyway, traditional MOBAs like Dota, two enemy teams run at each other and slay, and eventually kill their ancient, like their base. In this, there's no base to kill. It's just about killing enemies and also executing enemies, which gives you bonus points, and you can deny executions and shit like that. It's a cool little mechanic.
Are the executions?
No regicide goodness. It's basically like a spec marine will put a bolt pistol to someone's head and blow their brains out like that. It's all right, but it's not regicide hilarious. But yeah, that's basically you just run around and kill each other. There's jungle creeps, there's regular creeps, there's towers. All those things are in the game as would be a traditional MOBA, and there's like a point system. I think it's like 100. Killing a hero gets you say 3 points, and then executing him gets you maybe 2. Creeps get you 1, jungle creeps 2. I don't know what the actual point system is, but it's interesting. It's also a skill based game. Or a skill shot based game. It's not like you click the hero and you shoot him. You click your gun and you have to, actually shoot him. All from the isometric, top down bullshit perspective you're used to in MOBAs. So it's skill shot, and that's kind of cool. Looks pretty, graphically, does not look very good. It's still an alpha. It likely will improve.
Realistically, like how much?
Not a whole hell of a lot. It'll be playable. It's not going to be a very pretty game.
Like, when you say not very pretty, what MOBA players would expect out of a game?
Yeah, it's comparable to like League of Legends, but now maybe not in Dota, but League of Legends, yes.
Could be interesting.
I'm looking forward to playing it. The way it's kind of hard to get into because the servers are only up usually on the weekends. Like they'll turn them on Friday and shut them off Monday, and it's not a very big player base. Like I had to jump through a few fucking hoops to get key to get into this thing, and I queued for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes at 5 in the morning, and no one was on. So, but then again, this was at 5 in the morning because I'm a weird person. I'm up at 5 in the morning. But once it gets more people in it, I think something will start to happen. Stupid 40K assholes like me will get into it. But yeah, that's still a little ways off. Also, they're not doing a Blizzard or League method where you have to earn currency in game or whatever to unlock heroes. You just have heroes. Like you have all the heroes unlocked, and they're doing the skin method, where $5 for a stupid skin, $10 for the stupid skin. But anyway, that's a ways off. I don't expect to hear any news out of that thing till next year, but it is a thing. So they just have to. They just need to get more people into the game, and they don't have the servers to really do that right now. They're only open fucking on the weekends. They still need to do a lot of server stress testing and shit like that. So yeah, I don't see anything happening anytime soon.
Bummer.
But if you own a Dawn of War game, one of the first Dawn of War games, the developers, I can't remember who took it over. I know Sega has the Total War. I don't know who took it over, but the people who are running with the Dawn of War franchise now just put out a map for the first Dawn of War game series. So, kind of interesting considering the first one came out 11 years ago. They also added for the first second Dawn of War, the pre-order bullshit for that. They just threw that in the game for everyone, so that's another cool little thing. This kind of pretty much all but confirms that they're working on a Dawn of War 3. At least that's what the internet is saying, Palmer. And it makes sense. The fact there. This is true. It does make sense since they put out some type of new content for the old Dawn of War games. Makes sense. But yeah, another thing where it's we'll wait and see what happens with that. And the last 40K thing is another wait and see thing. Basically, I don't know who the developers are, but it's being published by Focus Home Interactive, which are the guys that do Blood Bowl and Mordheim. It's another 40K game, but this one is set in space. It's actually using the Battlefleet Gothic theme or game. Battlefleet Gothic was basically Warhammer, but spaceships. And it was actually kind of cool, or in theory, what I want to do with it was really cool, was where it's like 40K, you have stupid little miniatures, but they're spaceships, but then you could, have the spaceships attack each other, and then you can play 40K games inside the spaceship, Palmer. Oh, it's going to be so awesome, but then I just kept doing drugs and fell out of Warhammer and just never did that. But that's so cool to do in theory. But anyway, this is just a straight-up strategy game using the Unreal Engine 4. Doesn't look amazing, does not look bad, though. The damage states, the weather effects, just little things and you would like to see in an RTS, they're incorporating into this. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. This isn't due out till next year, but
exactly. Listen to this.
Yeah.
I reviewed like the master that. So the fact that it looks like that and it's got a universe. Count me.
That's
Count me in. Be awesome. It really does. And the game does look. It looks really good. I mean, like it's nothing amazing, but it looks like it looks as good as the home.
Yeah. It's being touted as the first strategy game to use the Unreal Engine 4, apparently.
Yeah, I
Don't
mean,
know how accurate that is.
Honestly.
Yes. The lighting effects, Palmer. They're glorious.
That is like, to be fair, like that's been.
Yeah.
There's some. I don't know. It had to be like. Playing it like. As if it would. Just like a base model of it. And like applying the lighting effect. Without doing anything else in terms of uprising. Holy shit, dude! Just that alone makes game absolutely.
Yeah, like the lighting in Unreal 4 is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, pretty actually being utilized to its fullest potential. I still. Why does it do it?
Yeah. Some interesting Star Citizen stuff occasionally pops up, like where they just redo the entire ship in Unreal 4, and it's just fucking eye-popping.
Yeah, because
delicious.
Crytek, right? Crytek game?
Yeah. They modified it themselves, but yeah, it's using the Cry engine, just a modified version of it.
Well, why don't we use that to segue in?
The hilarious news of the space meth ship in Star Citizen.
Yeah. You too can be a meth dealer.
You too can be a Heisenberg and bitch slap Jesse around. Which is really what all of us want to do in life, Palmer.
Just...
Oh, yeah. God, just the length of conversations and the filth that have come out of our mouths revolving that character on that show. No one likes her, Palmer.
I'm afraid. Like she played that to it.
Yeah, perfectly.
Like that. I'm pretty sure I dislike. Like if I saw her on the street, I wouldn't be like, oh, I hear that act.
She plays a very similar character in Deadwood as well. So like, but like every time I've seen this woman, she's just been that character. And it's just, yeah, you kind of just want to shoot her.
But yeah.
What are we talking about? Heisenberg, Star Citizen. Goddamn. Completely forgot. Yes. Initially, Chris Roberts said that the first-person module was will be out by the end of September. And instead, they saw fit to drop a concept sale on the community. Which, ironically... No, here's the great thing. The community's very happy with this, Palmer. Because they're all insane cult people.
They hope that if they keep throwing more money, they'll succeed.
I told Palmer earlier, if this game like fails or it just isn't, even if it isn't a good game, it's just going to be a Jonestown.
I feel like if this game were to fail, like the government would have to.
Yeah, like it would be bad
and take over development. It's to the point where it has to come. If it doesn't, it would just be.
It would crash the economy.
It would be the biggest mess. The biggest mess.
Yeah.
No one would ever trust. And everything.
Well, it's like superseded that at this point. Like they've raised way more money on their website, like on their own, than they ever could.
Just selling these stupid spaceships. Tell them the prices of these spaceships, Tim. What can you buy?
Well, this particular spaceship sale, it's called the Endeavor, and what it is, it's a big fucking long ship. Like I have a big ship. I have a Retaliator. It's fucking big, Palmer. This thing is in 3 times in length. My ships equals one of these. So, just the base ship, Palmer, was $150.
Jesus Christ.
That's not including the cargo module, which I will smuggle with. That was another $25. I don't have a front module. Part of my ship is literally empty. I have nothing to put in it as of right now because I didn't want to pay another $25. I spent $175 on one virtual spaceship in a game that is not actually out.
I can't really.
Yeah,
That's the part. Like, you yell at me about fucking spending.
Yeah.
You're over here playing a game.
That's why
not even out yet.
To be fair, when the new expansion came out, I was like, you know what, Palmer, I fucking get it. Like I told you, like, yes, I understand, Palmer. I will not flame you for this. Well, a big part of that, the reason I wanted that ship, aside from it just being an awesome ship, is it had LTI. And if this Endeavor, with these concept sales, when they come out, the big toting thing is it has LTI, lifetime insurance, meaning, like, the way insurance is going to work in Star Citizen is supposed to be like real life. Like, you fucking wreck your ship, you pay your insurance, but if you wreck your ship, your insurance is going to go up. There's like certain premiums. There's a waiting period. Like you can't just immediately respawn and get your ship. You have to rebuild it or whatever. With lifetime insurance, all that shit is still in play, but you don't have to pay for it. You're like, no premiums go up or anything. It's all covered. So people have coveted this very much so, to the point where like there's a black market for Star Citizen ships where a standard $50, $100 ship will go for upwards of like $1,000. It's fucking insane. So, in my particular instance, I saw a case where I'd already put a lot of money into the game, like $100 or so, and I could get an LTI ship, and it's a stealth bomber. It's a cool fucking ship. That was my escalation of madness into that whole thing. But with this Endeavor sale, the cheapest, like the most base version of ship you can get is $450. And it's a very modular ship, meaning you can swap it around and do all sorts of different things with it. You can fucking be a space Heisenberg. You can literally cook drugs on this thing. You can be a weapons dealer. You can fucking overcharge fucking grenades and weird shit. Fuck. You can be a farmer, Palmer. There are like fucking biodome pods. You can reenact biodome, Palmer. You do a lot of different things with the ship. But if you want to do all these different things, at least at this point in time, or with this concept sale, you'd have to pay $900 for a virtual spaceship in a game that doesn't exist. Keeping in mind, if you spent $900 on this, Palmer, you actually don't own the game. All these concept sales are just for the ship. You still have to spend at least $30 on a game package. It's insane, and I can't get enough of it, Palmer. It's really sickening. It's all you can do in the game right now is dogfight and shit like that, which is fun. It's really fucking fun, but you know, this particular.
I'm gonna buy the base game. Biodor over them. The man, call me Paul. I'm gonna make that annoying laugh just running through the hallways with my open. I'm not gonna contribute anything else to your ship except annoyance.
Well, I'm not getting this Endeavor. But the good thing about the Endeavor, Palmer, if you were to poly-score it up and someone shot you in the fucking head, you can put a med bay in this ship. You can be a floating hospital. So. Someone could shoot you in the head.
In the biodome.
Well, yes, you could be a hospital/meth cooking ship. It's fucking hilarious. It's stupidly overpriced, but it's hilarious.
I don't get it, man.
And these ships that are in concept sales, it'll be at least a year, most cases. This particular ship, yeah, it'll be at least a year before it's actually in the game. And when I say in the game, I don't mean you can fly it around. I mean you can walk inside of it and look around it. My ship isn't in the game yet, and it's been hangar ready. Like you could walk around it for over 6 months now, or around 6 months. Yeah, it's Star Citizen's fucked, man. But when Multi-Crew comes out, it'll be great, Palmer. If it's not at the end of this year, fucking riots ensue. If when this collapses our country and we turn into a third world nation overnight.
We'll win immediately.
UK, like, dude, like half the money comes from the UK too. Like England will just sink into the sea. It'll become Atlantis.
Trump will get everything will just go straight.
And not Donald Trump. Trump from Hearthstone. Actually, I think Trump would make a pretty good president. Be pretty great.
Did you just imagine?
Explaining world politics and just
in a Trump fashion
while playing Hearthstone. Yes. Fuck. That's a video game waiting to happen.
This Trump simulator. You're President Trump playing his Trump cosplay. It's
we are not intelligent people. Should both. We would have been thrown off the cliff in Sparta. That's what I'm feeling right now.
You're just.
I don't even remember what Star
Yeah,
Citizen.
we're still talking about your stupid $950 fucking Star Citizen biodome method.
It's fantastic.
Fucking hospital.
Fucking awesome. Oh, and it can be the fucking carrier too. So, you know, fun stuff. So yeah, instead of first-person module, you get a giant Star Citizen sail. Enjoy, community. Citizen Con is in 2 weeks. That's when I'll actually want to talk Star Citizen again. That's their big yearly thing. When they'll be doing when they do sales, it's not like $10 off this ship. It's like limited variant ships come on sale, and they'll actually be doing a sale. So I look forward to that. I will get a Mustang Delta. I will be Stealth City. It'll be fantastic. But anyway, enough about that goddamn non-existent space game.
Yeah. Here we got some. Overwatch is going to have dedicated server. No private server.
Not surprising, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of goes along.
Blizzard.
Blizzard's never really that kind of. So, it's interesting. I know there's a lot of. Private server.
It's a nice thing. You expect.
But it's. I wasn't expecting it to. Not that big of a deal.
Blizzard gonna Blizzard.
Still really like it. Yeah, the PlayStation. They are broken age. Kick beat Kung Fu Rabbit.
I'm familiar with Kick Beat and Super Meat Boy. I think we can both agree. Although it's old, right now I'm looking at Super Meat Boy Palmer via Skype. Like Super Meat Boy is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like I like that game drove me to the brink of insanity, but I still enjoyed it because you're a dumb meat boy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the best.
Yeah, both Broken Age and Secret. Mechanical. Yes, Vita. They said only ones that I know about are Broken Age. Both of those fucking on.
Kick Beat's like Guitar Hero, but like you a fighting game. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's weird.
If you want an ultimate by playing,
I would not even. You couldn't pay me to do that.
I did, and it was awesome.
Sounds awful.
I mean, like that game's so well designed though that you can play it. I didn't know.
Steven Seagal, please.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, interesting game. I don't know anything about the other one. I'll have to look. I know a lot of people.
Xbox, all future Xbox 360 games that are included with Games for Windows Gold, which is the equivalent of a PlayStation Plus membership, whatever, will have backwards compatibility. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good to know that.
One of those things I still have yet to. You have to be. Can't find.
No. Well, the way it's going to work is when it's in play, everything that's on your account, like digitally, it'll just be on your account. Like I don't know if they're going to do separate tabs for
Right, but you still
the way
have
they
to
have
like
it set.
tag the games.
Yeah, yeah, still have to.
Library. I can't find them on Xbox, like the 360 one.
Well,
They have
no,
to be
that's
on.
that. I don't. I no, no. I seriously doubt that. I think that just when that's in play, then that'll be a thing. Because it's like the framework for that's not even there yet, unless you had whatever fucking exclusive membership thing. But no, I'm pretty sure you just download it from. You'll be able to download it from your Xbox.
Okay, well.
Or if not, it'll be fucking as simple as going on the website and clicking a button. I don't know why I
I
hadn't
haven't
started
tried.
doing that yet. Yeah, I started doing that a couple weeks ago, and why was I not doing it? You literally, once you're logged in, you just keep yourself logged in, and twice a month, just hit a button, and the shit's on your account. Easy peasy.
What the fuck? I didn't think about that before.
Get off the drugs, Palmer.
Let's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yes.
Apparently a fucking
The greatest game I've ever seen in my life.
this thing came at day one with a patch apparently bigger than the base game and if you didn't download it, the game is basically unplayable. Pretty much the tongue from you just immediately get attached to something. Next thing you know, you're flying in the air for no fucking reason.
Breaking the boundaries of physics
Yeah,
and all known science.
doing things that are really just Eurogamer put out like a fucking some of the I really what do you remember that in Tony Hawk game like by anybody like I hated fucking skateboarding. I still love the Tony Hawk 2. Those games were
Yeah, I mean
awesome.
you're going back 15 years, but yeah, they were fucking amazing. Yeah,
I mean I even played that wasn't I mean it was pretty
and the soundtracks were all like Rage Against the Machine and just like
awesome, dude.
yeah.
Like I wouldn't have discovered some of them. That was like the first time I heard Gorilla. Blew my fucking mind. Dude. What in the world did I just listen to? But yeah, apparently they're just on the bottom.
I don't know, dude.
Skating.
Like I've had no interest in Tony Hawk games for about 15 years, and after watching that video of just all the glitchy nonsense, I kind of want to pick up a copy and not download the patch.
You have to pick up the fifth.
I'll do it, Palmer. Goat Simulator Hawk Skater, Tony. It sounds awesome. I would play the shit out of that.
Sounds like something. But yeah, apparently that's a thing. If you
You should be a salesperson. That's what I got on my.
Nvidia has decided to strictly for people that own an Nvidia sheet.
Dead from before launch.
So this is their case is just like they have a huge user market to tap into.
Be a reenactment of Columbia.
They're saying it's generation.
So amazing.
Yeah. Even though like fucking 4K is a thing, generation is still 1080p at 60.
Palmer, you can't go beyond 60 frames. It's just impossible. It's never been done. You can get like 100 on that fucking game.
Dude. But yeah, it's meant to be. You're expecting to. Especially if it's more. You're running into.
Yeah, On Live gave it its best, dude, and eventually it just fucking fell to the wayside.
I don't know. Happens.
It won't.
So a lot of people are really pissed off that Call of Duty Ops 3 at that point. His parents.
They do. I mean, that's kind of true. They've been shit for like 5 years now, so
So
honestly, they should
apparently,
just be happy they're still getting supported in some way, shape, or form.
I guess dollars.
True console peasants.
I don't know. It's a thing. A lot of people are trying to figure out whether.
The better question is, does anyone really give a shit, Palmer?
A lot of people, Tim, apparently.
Oh yeah, I just assumed that the 12-year-old's parents eventually bought them like a new console or some shit.
Uh, so anybody that might have played LG
2003, 2002, 2003, somewhere around there.
expansion. Made by Forgotten Empire. Kind of like the Asian adds the several new classes. That's fucking awesome. I think that's
Yep.
happening.
I mean, it's the exact same thing that happened with Age of
Yeah.
Empires 2, but it's cool that they're doing it with mythology as well.
Yeah, I liked that they did it with happens with whether or not no release date or anything that
The
gonna be
Age of
live
Empires
stream.
2 expansion was pretty well received, and I don't know. It's cool that all these like we mentioned earlier, Dawn of War. Like it's cool all these older titles are still getting some form of support. Fucking over a decade later.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really enjoyed the Age of Mythology. It was one of my more favorite entries, on par with the first. I really, really fucking. I don't know. They took F3. I really like the concept. The game still holds up to this day. I bought the back. That game is still that great. Fun to play. I mean, I wonder what this means. Trying to use like this.
Well, they did Age of Empires Online, which is like a free-to-play, weird RPG, open world, RTS thing that I kind of liked, but it eventually went the way of the dodo, much like Games for Windows Live, which it required. So that alone threw off a huge amount of the PC user base.
Yeah.
So
They did something.
yeah, or if they just made a game instead of a free-to-play thing.
Yeah. See, I feel like I can't help but feel enough of a fan base that would support.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's like a staple in PC gaming even to this day. Like,
Absolutely.
like still getting all those re-releases in the past year or so, and then more DLC and content's coming out. So yeah, there's absolutely I wouldn't say a need, but there's absolutely a want for that in the ether that some developer can do.
The other part of the problem is coming out. Not that we something like yeah, it's great to have. I'm gonna be picking up the StarCraft expansion. Excited about it.
Right.
They
It's
did
a new
that with
campaign and a couple new units, basically.
They did that with an and especially if it utilizes really, really. Last bit, Ellis, do you have anything?
Oh, we haven't talked about Dota
Yeah, let's.
and how it is now a dead game.
Well, all right, real quick.
Smite for life. Fuck Volvo. GG. I'm on board with Cupid, Palmer. I'm in. Let's do it. He's the new techies.
Dark Souls 3 has press test. Line up. Dark Souls 3 looks like it's borrowing a lot from not like the Dark Souls. It'll be interesting. Happens to that. I still have not. There's just so much like Fallout. And this year is like I know like for a while like a lot. There's not like everything's gonna keep coming. That is just
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, really, you know me. I'm waiting. Was not. Yeah, really excited about it. That wraps up. Go back into the Dota patch.
Yeah, actually, before we get into that, I just want to. We both fucked around with the Rainbow Six Siege beta. I did mostly terrorist hunt. I think you did mostly multiplayer.
Yeah, I did.
So, thoughts? For the multiplayer. Go.
A lot of fun. It's more fun than I thought it was going to be. Tactical. Definitely. Communicating with your... But you can still kind of go... They're still fun to be. I really love that they're kind of have to send drones in out the house. Kind of holding up, assuming you. I think that adds an interesting aspect. Camping. Or really holding up. Something that happens pretty. But it's a lot of fun. The rounds don't feel stale. And I'm looking more forward to could be like. But so much like it's the same problem with Dark. So much of I still can't. There's not that what the have to play.
Yeah.
How much fun is it? Really dedicated community.
It's always been like that with the Tom Clancy games. Like there's still people that play like Ghost Recon, and that didn't even work.
Like they're think they're really expecting to have a.
This is like the biggest. This is multiplayer wise. This is probably their best game to come out in years. Like they had Splinter Cell, but that was more geared like co-op type of thing. They had that free to play Ghost Recon game, but that there were like it was pretty pay to win. One very interesting, but it did have that tactical aspect like you mentioned with this. But yeah, this is like their strongest contender for like a multiplayer centric community in years. So they're absolutely trying to put their best foot forward with this.
And I mean, it shows.
Yeah.
Ubisoft really wants to make a good. How to make.
They push the shit out of it.
This is that. Very, very fucking well. A lot more. I hope it's player based. Not gonna be.
I imagine it'll sustain one.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't done any of the terrorist hunting. How is that?
That's pretty much all I've done. I actually installed the beta like when it came out and just never fucking bothered to play it. And then I found out it had terrorist hunt, and I was very much interested because I played a lot of that with the Rainbow Six series back on the 360. Quite enjoyed it. Different scenarios and stuff, but the basic concept was there's a set number of terrorists on a map, and you have to kill them. And
Aliens.
oh, like the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah. What was that called?
Fuck, I can't remember either.
But is something like that? Is that?
Yeah and no. Like from what I played, like you said, this is the beta. There were only a few maps. Like we don't know exactly how much depth this game is going to have. I don't think there's going to be like helicopter segments or anything like that. From what I saw, basically you presented a scenario and you can go about it like a fucking million different ways. There's like you go to a house, but you can fucking breach your way into the house and run in, right? Not necessarily. You can rappel up like a couple floors and like kind of sneak your way in the house, or you could just blow up the fucking top floor of the house and confuse the shit out of them, then breach bottom. Like there's a lot of different ways you can go about it, and it's kind of funny because it's beta, and bot behavior is pretty funny. Not terrible, but it's just funny. But yeah, it's interesting, and like you said, like I got me into it. I kind of want to pick up this game now, but there's so much shit coming out in the next couple months. I really can't justify throwing down $60 for a Uplay DRM title. It's just I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
But from what I played about an hour, and from what I played, it's fun. Game doesn't look bad at all. I couldn't even run it on max settings, which is still something I'm adjusting to. I'm not happy about that. But
I think that Battlefront would get my money.
Nah, I'd go the other way on that personally. I mean, I like Battlefield games, but it's not a Battlefront game, so fuck it. But no, yeah, I totally understand that mentality. Like it's nothing amazing, but it can be fun. There's potential there. But absolutely. I don't see either of us picking it up day one, unless GMG does another coupon fuck up sale or something. Yeah. I can get it for $30. I'm in. Aside from that, like nah. But yeah, I think it's something we'll both pick up on a sale, like 6 months after it launches, and I'm pretty confident that there'll still be a community there. So get the fuck out of here with your Russian bullshit, Palmer.
No keys revoked yet.
Russian bullshit, Palmer.
Guy, baby.
They're just gonna come to your house and take you away one day.
Dude, don't even care.
The G-Man.
Still worth it.
The Russian G-Man. Get the fuck out. Goddamn right we're not.
But we should be. Sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor us. Russian dogs. Speaking of Russian dogs, Dota. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, new patch. 5.
6.8.
6.
Like 2? What the fuck? What year is this? 6.85.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the number.
I don't know where I got that from at all.
We actually did a dedicated cast to 6.84 when it came out like 4 or 5 months ago, whenever. So you can check that out. But yeah, 6.85 Techies nerf, dead game. All I really have to say on the subject.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck all the other hero changes and item changes and nerfs.
6.85.
Palmer, they nerfed Techies. That is the most biggest thing since Techies came out.
Techies.
Fucking. That Space Pony had it coming.
Not into the. They made another few other interesting changes. Parts.
Or infested. That when I saw that, I was watching a Pro Dota stream, and some lifestealer infested a catapult, and I just kind of looked at it, and, huh? That's a thing.
And that's interesting. I can't say I hate it.
Yeah, that's poor Marana.
Yeah, poor Pudge, dude. Pudge got fucked by that.
That's true.
And so yeah, there's always the kind of
That's fucked.
that is
It's just
awesome.
fucked.
Some of the most fun Yoda in a long time, because without just like I'll be standing right there and somebody will dive me and I'll just be a lone ogre magi. I'll dive. Be like Tower Bloodlusted, and they without like always fucking gets me a first. Always gets me a first blood. I mean, really, they just. So I mean, he can just like, fucking happen here.
Soul Rip can restore health to Tombstone on Undying. I like that.
Yeah. What else did they do?
It requires a constant number of attacks to be destroyed now, from like different sources. It's interesting. They nerfed the zombie damage,
Yeah,
but Scepter increases decay strength steal from 4 to 10 now. So
Yeah,
you literally can just like decay 2 people and run at the entire enemy team and not die. That's nice.
That gives him a lot more late potential.
Yeah, I like that. Fell off after like 45 minutes, even
if you
not
were
that
lucky,
far.
if you
Yeah.
you had like a really strong. Generally, though.
Oh fuck that! If I'm undying, I just run at people and kill them. It's fantastic. These are the one hero now like that I started to slowly morph over to liking, aside from Techies. But
Yeah, 'cause he's like,
yeah, he's fucking hilarious. He just runs at people. But Techies nerf, so dead game. So, and here I come, Smite. Let's do this.
yeah, like I said, they number of they nerf.
Did they?
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's actually pretty significant.
Yeah, and it's actually. I think they lowered.
You know what I do remember? The recipe for Crimson Guard's like $200, 200 gold cheaper.
Yeah, and
Best item in game.
cooldowns and cost 75, 75.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. That alone has made it so having a team like, and I mean,
I was about to say, it's always been fucking inexcusable to not have a TP, but now it's like super inexcusable.
Yeah, there's still people that don't buy.
They're called retards, and they make up the majority of the community.
But yeah, I mean, that was probably.
And the techies nerf. It's the biggest change, Palmer. It's awful. I'm not ruining games for anyone anymore.
Oh, you can do it with like.
No, techies is the ultimate holy warrior.
Oh, dude, Omni Knight.
You got to go the Radiance build, Palmer. I'm telling you.
Killing anybody on my team? Ultimate. I don't think you're killing anybody on my team. Oh man, Guardian Greaves and Ultimate.
You got to go Radiance first.
Just kidding. Yeah, dude, just run up and orchid somebody and be like, Omni Knights! Like in all caps.
You call it the Warhammer build. Only forwards.
Only forwards.
Just embracing that ideology 100%.
200%.
I like the sincerity in that. You can get two. Just trust yourself.
But yeah, I don't know. What are they called again now? Events called?
Oh, like the seasonal books or whatever the fuck. I actually have no idea. I just heard they're seasonal. There's seasonal books now, and that just annoyed me.
Basically, go to.
I mean, it's smart, but
yeah, I
no.
Well, it's. Smaller price. I don't know that.
A lot of popular esports games. Smite's been doing that now. They're running some event. Yeah, they're running some event that's leading up to a big tournament in January.
I don't think I've seen any.
It's actually kind of interesting. Like the casters are kind of annoying, or at least the ones I've seen. But I follow the official channel on Twitch. It's interesting to see it played like to the degree like Dota would be like watching a Dota like 8K player play. Even though the game's maybe not as complex or skill based, it's interesting to watch. Like you still feel like an idiot watching professionals play, going like, "God, I'm awful at the fucking game." But yeah, it's not worth like watching, or at least I don't watch like whole tournaments or anything. But every now and then, if it's on Twitch and it's streaming, I'll check it out for a minute or two just to see what's up. It's definitely worth looking into. Every now and then, some professional. Very nice.
They're nice. I like. I do it.
I mean, pretty sure we're at the end of our rope, Palmer. And always have it. No. We have to address one last thing. The Trine 3 developer video, Palmer.
I watched all of 30 seconds and felt.
Yeah, that's the reaction that video gives you. We talked about it before, or I've talked about it around, I guess it was a couple months ago now, or a month or two ago. Trine 3 came out. I liked it. I never actually finished it because I've been so backlogged. I just now finished like Shadowrun and Mad Max, or earlier the week last week. But game was really short.
You finished Mad Max?
Yes, I did. 47 hours, Palmer. Took me a minute. I do want to say real quick, Mad Max, the way you level up is hilarious. You basically accumulate these points, and then you would go see the shaman guy, and you have a weird DMT trip, and you wake up, and and you pick your skills, and you're leveled up. You level up via DMT trips. It's what the fuck. Also, there's a cutscene in that game that pops up like 2/3 of the way through it that just you have no idea it's coming. It's like a really trippy, fucked up. It's just fucked. Like it's just, you don't expect it after 20 or 30 hours, and it happens, and you just question your life and the universe. Like it's worth playing that game just to experience that feeling. It's fantastic. But anyway, Trine 3, short story, kind of cliffhanger ending deal. Community wasn't very happy. The developers put out a video about a week or so after launch, and it's like watching concentration camp footage. It's like one of the most depressing things I've ever seen in my life. It's looking full of sorrow and just it looked like Holocaust footage. Just the best term or analogy you can make for that. It's awful.
Yeah, it's
really depressing, and it goes on for like 10 minutes. Like I actually sat through the whole thing, and ugh.
I didn't.
I don't blame you. No one in their right mind should.
I did not want to.
No one in their right mind should. Our press conference.
What else? Watch the whole thing. I caught bits and pieces.
They didn't like a big thing was. Yeah, a big thing of it was like trying. The first Trine was just really indie. Didn't have a very big budget, but people liked it. It was one of the first games to be on Humble Bundle back in like 2010. Huge amount of like. Keep in mind, 5 years ago, even like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. 4 years ago, Humble Bundle did a bundle once every like 3 months. So when they did them, they sold a lot of them. Like they raised millions of dollars in one fucking bundle. They still do that from time to time, but it's only like the real like Origin or real big bundles. But anyway, so they got a huge amount of money for Trine 2, and they made Trine 2, and it improved on the second game. It was awesome. It was longer. Graphically, it looked better. New mechanics were added. Just fucking awesome. And they wanted to make Trine 3 into a 3D environment, which personally I think they did well. Some people don't agree with that. Some people think it was kind of clunky and feels a little weird. I mean, I'll admit it kind of takes a little bit to get used to, but I really liked it. But yeah, that was a big thing that they rambled on about for like 5 minutes. They didn't have the budget to make it as long as I guess the community had hoped. The first Trine game only ran for like maybe 5-6 hours, somewhere around there. Yeah. Yeah, if you're familiar with platforming video games, it won't take you very long at all. The second one had a bit more length to it, and they also did an expansion for the second one that was really cool. But yeah, this one just wasn't very long.
How long was it?
I haven't actually finished it. I've only put like a couple hours into the game, but most people are reporting a 4 to 5 hour average playtime with people that are familiar with it. 2 was around 12, and then the expansion added another 4 or 5, if I remember right. Some ballpark. Yeah, I mean, it's not very long to begin with. But yeah, it was much longer than the first one. It's much longer than the third one. That's not saying much, Palmer. But yeah, just didn't have quite the budget that they wanted to do. And totally lost my train of thought because my Xbox is freaking out. The cliffhanger ending was a big thing. I think they initially were kind of just going to ease into some DLC to continue the story, but community wasn't very happy with that. They haven't actually they never actually came out and said, "Hey, we're going to continue this DLC," and they still haven't actually said that. Even like a free content update, they're pretty stern in their opinion of like, yeah, this is the game, like we wanted to create. Basically, we just thought the community would like it a lot better, and they didn't. And they're so sorry. They're just so fucking sorry.
Yeah, that's really all it was.
It's really. It's just... Yes, it was very painful. I mean, it was awesome to watch, and that it was painful to watch. So yeah, watch. Everyone should go out and watch that video.
It was like watching.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Very good moment. Larry David is just fucking writing shit behind. He's feeding them their lines.
He probably is right behind it. Yeah.
He's having a laugh.
Having a laugh?
He's having a laugh.
Anyways, I think unless there's anything else, that wraps it up for.
Yeah, I believe we have covered the pressing issues that we wanted to discuss, Palmer, and that is Dota 2 is dead. Can't confirm. Oh no,
Settle for one.
We did not cover
you can get two.
The Noitron Tavern Brawl. I guess we.
Oh yeah.
I'm really happy about it because the last like 3 or 4 Tavern Brawls have all been construct your own deck, and as with regular Hearthstone constructed, I'm missing a lot of cards. Yeah. So it's very nice to be able to play a deck that I don't have to build, and that has kind of equal footing, even though I really don't think the decks are very balanced.
You think the Noitron?
Yeah. Just when I did play the Bomber, I kept getting all these high-cost minions on turn like 1 through 4, and by turn 5, I was just dead because of Noitron. I mean, yeah, I mean,
that's the bottom line.
Bad tempo or like token druid deck, bad draw will really fuck you, but
craft a. That card is a fucking game. Like I'd say, I think it's on par with.
Really? His Dr. Balance is he's a thing. He's turn 7, I mean, concede like 25% of the time.
He can either.
I think I've played him out once where I was able to buff all my minions and actually get value out of that outside of like one other guy.
It happens to me every time. Because I have, especially, like, I never. Like, they tend to go with a druid. You cards left.
That's the way druid plays. Like you fend them off in the beginning, and then like you start to get board control or start to have some type of semblance in the game, and you have to like take back their footing or ground, and then you're just a druid on turn 30 with like, you know, giant taunts on the board, and you win. I did get an Ancient of War the other day, a card I've wanted since I started playing Hearthstone about 1.5 years ago. So, thanks, Blizzard.
Your first?
Mm-hmm. I just got a Jeeves.
Really?
Yeah, like there's so many like even just classic cards I'm missing. I did get a Sneeds finally last week after wanting one for like 9 months. So thanks, Blizzard. I actually wanted a Sneeds more than Dr. Boom just because it's the hilarity. Really? It's just it can ruin you and it can win you. It's just
actually pretty positive.
Win you. That's a Mech or Goblins vs. Gnomes card. Yeah. Yeah, but you said you have pretty much all of the classic cards though.
I guess I do. I always thought that was
that was Goblins and Gnomes. Oh, aren't you so fucking special, Palmer? With your legendaries and your epics. Your bullshit.
I actually got a fucking gold. In a fucking pack the other.
Nice. Why?
To make fucking Cenarius, dude. That's an instant legendary craft rate.
Yeah, but that's like a decent card in a demon deck, and it's gold. I have a golden Jiraxis. I will never disenchant that. Like over my dead corpse.
Who faced Jiraxis?
Who faced Jiraxis?
The paladin lord of the Silverhand Legion.
It's Big Dick Lord of the Burning Legion, Palmer. I don't know how many times we have to go through this.
Jiraxis.
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 Fist of Thraxus, best card.
That wraps it up. We're
Yeah,
done
we got to
now.
get off. This is
We're
just
done now.
fuck.
Thanks for tuning into another episode. You've gone back to stream.
A little bit. Yeah, I'm getting back into it.
Gotten a set.
No, fuck no. Streams with set schedules. Fat. That's your
Well, you can periodically check. Give him a follow on Twitter at. I don't really do a lot of personal. But
hentai games.
no direction.
Only
Yeah,
for.
you can... That's just running around.
You'd fit in well with the community, Palmer.
But catch me on. But if you at Stir back on next.
Yeah. Also, we should probably mention if you do watch us on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, we do have a SoundCloud, and it's just soundcloud.com/darkmushroommedia.
Figure it out. I'll do that. But yeah, take care. Thanks for tuning.
Bye.
Well, bye.